Hello everyone, this is the Mask O. Welcome to the Mask O Meeting Podcast. So, it has been a while again, and yeah, I've had some issues, which explains why it has been a while, and why I didn't make a podcast in July, I think. But I figured that, yeah, it was time because I have some things to show you, even if I couldn't knit as much as I wanted to, but yeah, you'll see. Okay, let's see. First, I'm sorry because, well, that makes me why. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen that I posted this t-shirt explaining that I had issues with my hands, and this is mostly why I couldn't knit really, but well, I couldn't knit as much as I wanted to, basically. Because yeah, I have a nerve injury in my right hand, and when I push myself to do things a bit too harsh on my hand, well, it woke up an all that injury, and then I can't really move my fingers anymore. So I need to be really gentle with my hands, which explains why I'm very well. I prefer really prefer to use very elastic yarns, and that's why I had the pain, not the pain, but the numbness and everything um, coming back because I knit too much with non-elastic yarns. So it's my fault, but then again, it's pretty frustrating. Anyway, okay, let's start with what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a simple camisole that I made, I think, 2 years ago, something like that. I don't tend to wear that a lot, just because I don't like to wear camisoles, but we are in the midst of heat wave here, so yeah, I figure it's knitting podcast, so why not wearing this one, even though, yeah, I always put something on the top, not because I don't like it without, but it's just a sensory preference, I think. And yeah, so let me show you a bit better. It's just a simple stockinette camisole with little leaves motif on the top, and the leaves transform into some like of a stem-like I-cord with a contrasting yarn here in the I-cord. And yeah, just twisted columns of not twisted columns, but columns of twisted stitches, a double folded hem in stockinette, and let me show you the back. Yeah, as you can see on the back, there are yarn over increase. If I can show you without my hair. Okay, yeah, it's better. And the back is higher than the front because I don't like to have a big, how do you say that? A décolleté? I don't remember the word in English. But yeah, I don't want to flash here, basically. And on the side, this is not too deep, so it doesn't show my bra. Yeah. But yeah, not really ideal because, as often with I-cords, it's pretty hard to hide the straps of a bra. So yeah, but I manage, and I don't wear it that much, to be honest, so it's not really a problem. Also, this is not a color that I'm very fond of on me, because I remember that I bought that cone, yeah, because the yarn is Ito Kinu, and I knitted that with 3mm needle, so 2.5 US size, and yeah, I chose this color because I was making some tests for a lens submission, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think I do. And yeah, that's all. It's pretty comfortable, and I held the yarn double because otherwise it would be very see-through. I didn't want that at all. So yeah, I just wear it like that, and it's very cool actually. Not cool in the sense no, it's fresh, fresh too. It's not warm, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. And now let's talk a bit about a finished project because I finished one. I think this is the first finished project that I'm showing on this podcast. And this is my Freyr sweater. So here it is in all its glory. Oh, you really can see the heathered effects that the color of this yarn has. Really love that. Talk about it in the previous episode, I think. But yeah, really love how it looks. So this is a test knit for Inga of Knitting Tradition on YouTube and Instagram. I think this is a first garment pattern, and I finished it some time ago, but yeah, I didn't have the possibility to wear it just because it is too hot. Yeah. So, um, well, I can't wait to be able to wear it. Yeah. And what can I say? Yeah, this is as you can probably tell, a raglan construction. And this is a pattern that has a lot of options like different neck and different shaping for the body. I did the size 2, and this is the boxy fit, so no shaping, just straight body. I did the cinched cuffs option. So yeah, the cuffs are cinching a bit, and I did the mock turtleneck option for the neck, obviously. This was a very easy knit. The pattern, frankly, is really well written. This is a pattern that, yeah, I really had no difficulty whatsoever. It's just pretty simple and straightforward design, but even even if it's simple, it's not already the case that you have a pretty straightforward pattern, if you can see what I mean. And this is well written. Yeah, I don't have anything to say um, other than I had a really great time because I love the project. I loved knitting with this yarn, which is Retrosaria Vovo. And yeah, no, really, I'm happy. I'm really happy. I'll try to show you pictures on the side, but just just a thing is that as I don't have a properly working hand, I mean 100% working hand, this one, I'm not sure that I'll be able to put as many text and things as I did in the past episodes, just because it's pretty hard to click and type for a long time on my computer right now. So I think this will be a pretty bare podcast episode. So I hope you'll excuse me for that. But yeah, where was I? Yeah, just to say that this is a raglan construction with these pretty cable motifs that goes all way down on the body, and this big kinda hem with these little cables again, and a I-cord finish that I really liked. I really liked this detail because I wouldn't have liked if it was ribbing at the bottom with those cable. I know you have the options to do that in the pattern, but I really prefer like as is, because yeah, I do think that it's emphasized the cables, and if you add ribbing, it just makes it too much here. So yeah, the fit is great. You'll see that on the picture. Yeah, I'll try to put it somewhere. And also, you have this cable detail that goes down on the sleeve too. So yeah, neat detail with tapered sleeves and this beautiful color. Really like that color. I know that many of us testers did a summary version. So yeah, I really encourage you to check them out, because yeah, there are a lot of different not designs, but projects, because the pattern is thought that thought in the sort that if you hit the 21 stitch gauge, then you can use pretty much any type of yarn, which is the case with most patterns, but it's really thought to be easy to use any sort of yarn, so to make any sort of versions, winter version like this one, or summer version, well, anything basically. So yeah, really happy, and I do think if I had the time and the hand, working hand, I would have probably cast on another one in another yarn, but yeah, I have so many things to knit and so little time, as many of us do, then I don't think I'll do that right now. Yeah, I think that's all about this one. I do think that I didn't make any modification other than picking up uh, like 4 stitches more than what the pattern intended in the collar, because I was it was bunching up a little bit with my yarn. So yeah, oh, that's perfect. Yeah, and the back. Just showing you how beautiful this color is. And just a note though, I used to think that I wasn't really sensitive to yarn, and one thing occurred to me that I really tend to put as many um, as many things on me that I can. It's really rare to see me just like that, and I do think part why I'm not very sensitive is because I have many layers all the time, and this one is soft to the touch, the yarn I mean, on my hands, but frankly, I'm not able to wear it like that on me. It's 100% wool. There are no alpaca or mohair or things like that, but yeah, it's very hard to tolerate on my skin, on my bare skin. So I don't know why that is, but if you're very sensitive to wool, I wouldn't recommend this yarn, or maybe just put some layer underneath, which I do all the time. I never wear my garment without anything underneath, but some of us might want to do that, and this yarn would be not the most soft, not the softest. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and now, yeah, let me show you my progress on my Peira sweater. So this is designed by Joanna Filip, which is a Belgian designer. and I really love that project, even though at the moment it's not easy to work on again because of my hand. But yeah, I think you understand what's going on with my hands. I'm repeating myself a lot. So I made the collar, and as you can see, the original pattern has a double folded collar, and for now I just put it on the cable because I'm not sure I will do that. Why? Because I chose to make it with a mohair held with a yarn. These are hose yarn, super soft, held with drop skid silk, by the way. And I'm making it with a gauge which is smaller than in the pattern. That's what recommended in the pattern, and I'm making it a size bigger to have this same, almost same measurement. And yeah, I do think that with my yarn choice, simple, just a simple collar like this is better. I'm not sure. If you have an opinion, share it with me. I'll be happy to know what you're thinking, really, because I do think that with the motif, making the collar double folded will emphasize the collar, and it will be unbalanced with the motif, because I do want that the collar isn't the main thing of this sweater. I do want the little motifs to be the main thing of this sweater. So I want this to be like not hidden, but at the same. I don't want it to be bulky and to be too noticeable. I want this to be noticeable, because I do think that this motif is really beautiful. I already shown you in the last podcast, but yeah, this is just a simple motif, and with this yarn, with this fluffy yarn, it's not really see-through. I mean, it's a bit see-through, but not as much, and I really like that. It's like, yeah, I do really like it very much, and I hope I'll be able to make some more progress on it soon. I just separated for the sleeves and made like one or two repeats. I think one. And also I did make the sleeve size a bit bigger, because I wanted bigger sleeves that what the pattern what I had in the pattern, just a tad. I just make one motif repeat. It's just a personal preference, and yeah, that's all. I think that's all I have to say for the moment. I really love how it looks. Seriously, so beautiful. Seems so comfy. Really, really comfy. I'm sure it will be so comfortable. I'm saying like that. I'm saying this. It's more than 30 degrees Celsius outside, and I'm like, oh, this is so comfortable. Yeah, it's a bit too warm at the moment to be wearing this, but I am admiring it anyway. And this is less blue in person than what you see on camera, I can see. But yeah. It's so large. It's so loud. But these are the correct measurements. This is intended to be oversized, so yeah. I can't wait again to be wearing this one. Okay, so my next project, it's a bit comical, but yeah, if you saw my last podcast, you might remember that I had an almost finished sample ready of my Brazil sweater. And well, let's just say it's not almost finished anymore, Because, hear me out, Bichebuche is one of the yarn that apparently I can knit without having too much issues with my hands. And if you remember, I had, well, the temple was mostly okay, but one thing was bugging me is that the yoke was too deep. The separation of sleeve was a tad too too bah, too deep. Yeah, the separation sleeve. This this length was too big, so I wanted the separation of sleeves to be a tad higher. And at first, I wanted to just knit the other sample and fix it on the first sample later. But I asked Bichebuche when they could have some new shade card for their Le Petit Silk and Mohair, and they told me that they didn't know when it will be available. So yeah, let me just rephrase the thing, because if you haven't seen the previous podcast, it must be pretty confusing right now. But I had a first sample almost done, and I wanted to make another, but my first sample was missing one ball to be able. I just was missing one ball to be able to finish it, so I had to order one more ball. But I want to make another sample, and to make that, I want to be sure of the color I will choose. And to do that, I really wanted to have a shade card, because I cannot afford to buy multiple quantities to make yarn quantities to make sweaters, particularly with a pricey yarn like Bichebuche, even though I love this yarn. But anyway, so I decided to order one more ball to be able to finish my sweater, and Bichebuche really, not happily, but they send me some individual shade card in color I wanted, and full transparency, they gifted me that. So thank you really much. If you ever see that, Bichebuche, thank you very much. It's really, really appreciated. And so I'll be able to make some tests, some some swatches with those colors, um, and the color I chose will not be available since, well, until like October or November or months. So that lets me with a sample that wasn't as I wanted it to be. And so I figured that I wanted to fix it. At first, I wanted to make some sweater surgery, and I wanted to cut just the body, keep the body, and remove the too many increases on the sleeves and on the body, and just do some surgery. But with my hands not working perfectly, doing things with a needle, I mean a tapestry needle, isn't ideal, because sometimes I cannot grab the thing, then the thing just slides off my hand very easily. And because I can knit with this yarn without too many problems, well, I frogged the body and I frogged the sleeve, and now we have a a new sweater. And I need to reduce the sleeves, and I need to finish the body. Fortunately, it's pretty quick to do because this is the only thing I can knit at the moment. And as you can see, my tension is not really great, and this is again because of my hand, but it's better. So I just need to chill out and not do complicated things with my hand, not lift things that are too heavy, and not type too much on the computer. So yeah, and not knit with the yarns with summer yarns and not elastic yarn, of course. But yeah, so the sleeve separation is now perfect, and it is the correct at the correct depth. Depth. Sorry, I cannot pronounce it. I cannot pronounce that. Depth. Yeah, you understood. And I need to finish the body, do the sleeve again, and it will be almost perfect because I don't think I clip the neckline as it is. I do think that it needs there to be a bit rounder, just because I think it's too flat here. But anyway, I didn't, not that I didn't want it really, but I didn't think it was a good idea for me to knit all the things because I really need to, yeah, do things gently with my hand. So, yeah. And for those of you who hadn't viewed my previous podcast, this is my Brazil sweater, and this is a design that I'm actually designing. And this is a sweater with a contiguous-ish construction, knitted in biche et bûche, le petit lambswool held with biche et bûche, le petit silk and mohair. It has a stockinette collar, it will have a stockinette hem and cuffs too. This cable motif is on the body but will not be on the sleeves because I like the difference in the motifs. And if you want to know more about why it is, why I decided to call it Brazil, you can see my previous podcast because I'm explaining in more details the whys. And also it's knit with 4mm needles, so this is a US 3.5 needles. And as you can see, it has shoulder tab that goes that will go all along the sleeves, and also there are these stockinette columns with twisted stitches on both sides on the side of the sweater. This is intended to be like not oversized sweater but more like a comfortable sweatshirt, but like elevated in some sort. And yeah, I really love working on it, but even more so that this is the only thing that I can knit at the moment. Yeah, and let me just show you the color that I will try with the biche et bûche, my next sample. So I wanted to choose color that I really wear, because as much as I like the color on the sample as is, these aren't colors that suit me very well. And I tend to be like yellowish green, and this makes the beige and the pink make this even more obvious. So yeah, I chose these two colors for the top. So for the top part here, we will probably have a dark gray mohair held with a dark blue color, like this. And on the bottom, this beautiful dark burgundy gray, both in mohair and in lambswool. So I need to make a swatch with those, but I want my hands to be really, well, to feel better because I don't want a bad tension on my swatch. So yeah, I also had, it was in tie, this one was in tie with this one. And yeah, I do think that this one will look better than these two together, because the contrast is, yeah, it's too much, I think. It will look mild, and this is not what I want, because with the cables, because this is for the well, there are cables, and I do think that, yeah, it'll look too much, and it will obscure the cable, I think. So yeah, this will be this one, and these ones on the top. Don't know if the color are really showing well. Sorry, my hand is not really. Yeah, I will show you with my left hand. At first, I wanted to have the same color thingy that I had on this one, meaning that I have the same mohair on the top and on the bottom, but this is the Le Petit Lamzoul color that is different. So this is beige and this is light peach, and this is all over is the beige color for the Petit Silken Mohair. But I wanted to have those colors, and I don't think that it will look good if it is too different, meaning that I don't think this one would really be, it will not be balanced. It will be too much. And yeah, I don't want that. So this will have, yeah, this, and this is color that I really, really like, and I know that they will suit me. So it's good. And I can't wait to have a better hand to be able to knit those swatches. Oh no! Lastly, the culprit. Not the culprit, because I am. This is my fault. But yeah, this one. Let me just grab it and put it on a hanger so that you can see better, I think. Sorry for the noises. Okay, so this is a self-drafted t-shirt that I made. And it's not finished because my hand again. But I really like it. And last time, as I don't remember where I was, but yeah, I made some progress and finished the sleeves. I need to redo the collar. I don't know if the collar will stay that way, because even if I like that this part is the same width than this part, I mean the plain part without the stripes, and I reproduce the same width here, and I like this blue stripe, I am not sure that I like the fact that this is ribbing. At first, I like the idea of ribbing because stripes are very directional, and they make lines, and those lines really, well, make a direction in your visual direction, and the ribbing is a bit like that but with texture. But first of all, I am not sure that ribbing with a non-elastic yarn is effective. I mean, ribbing is normally to be able to have an elastic uh, part of your garment, to be able to put your head through it and or your hands, or to cinch in at the bottom so that the warmth stays inside the sweater. But for a summer sweater, it's more like just the decoration more than a practical thing, because it's not very elastic, even though it's a bit more elastic than pure stockinette, but yeah. So yeah, I'm not sure that it'll stay this way. I might do like I did on the sleeve, but again, I cannot work on this one anymore, and I don't know when I'll be able to finish. Also, I did pick up too many stitches because these stripes are meant to be very straight, and this is there is deformation because I picked up too many stitches here. So yeah, um, don't know when this will be. And let me show you a bit better. So this has a sideway construction, and these sleeves are picked up afterwards. So the sleeves are in the round. This part is done flat. The part on the back is done flat too, and then you pick up stitches and you do the body in the round. There are just decreases well placed on the sleeves and on the shoulder, so it's just have a good fit. It just has a good fit. I mean, to me, of course, because yeah, it's pretty subjective and it depends of your body. Well, at first I wanted it to be a pattern, but now I don't know because this is, yeah, I already talked about that, but this is a bit pricey to make a pattern, and so I'm not able to finish it with my hand that not working properly. So also, yeah, as you can see, the sleeves are finished with a double folded hem, and I made a contrasting detail. So inside of the hem, it's in the contrasting color, and I really like that because when you wear it, I'll put pictures. Um, the sleeves are meant to be really big because I don't like to have things too next to my body when I'm wow. And so you see that detail. It's just not for you. This detail is a bit apparent. I didn't weave in my hands, but wove in my hand, but yeah, you can imagine. And so you can see just the hint of blue inside. And also because there is a pearl here, you can see that inside you will have a brown line here, and outside you will have a blue line here. I think I'll do the same on the body, on the bottom of the body, but when I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. Never say never, like we say. And what can I say about it? Yeah, the yarn. The yarn is Knitting for Olive Pure Silk as the main color, the main brown color. I read the color somewhere because I don't seem to remember the color name. Yeah, I don't remember. I put it on the screen. And this one is Osgarn's Coast in the colorway Nightshade, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I do think it's that. And I'm knitting this with 3mm needles. So this is to a half US needle, of course. Yes, so very frustrating, but yeah, I guess it is what it is. And we'll see when I'll be able to finish it. Okay, next thing. I wasn't able to backing my Roadtrip Shacket by Maya Déglon because yeah, and and also because I wondered if I was wanting to do a vlog video for it, and let me know if that's something that might be interesting to you or not. Because I think I'd like to do that, even though I'm not the most. Well, let's just say that it can be very hard for me to have some kind of a really rigid schedule because my health isn't that great, and sometimes I cannot do what I want to do when I need to do them. And that's, yeah, it's not then something that I want to really talk about in length, but yeah. But I want to, I would like to try to make that, and I think that project could be interesting in that sense. But let me know. Let me know. What is it? Let me know. Let me know. And also, I didn't make any progress on my sumo scarf by Camille Romano because it's too hot and yeah, and but I do have a plan. It is another design that I want to do for some times, and it's a very simple design. Well, we'll see about that, but it's a design that I think I sent to Amirisu a while ago, and since I can't forget about it, I might do it. And yeah, let me show you. I'll put a drawing on the screen because it'll be easier to talk about it. I wanted to make a colorwork project, but not a colorwork as in a very traditional colorwork, more like a more geometric colorwork, and easy to do colorwork, like very repetitive. And yeah, with a raglan construction because I really love raglan construction, but they might be tricky to grade, so we'll see about that when I'm there. But yeah, let me show you. I have this swatch. Okay, and you can see this swatch is made with Brooklyn tweed shelter with Camarose Snefnug. Snefnug. Snefnug? Snefnug, sorry, I can't pronounce anything. I'm beginning to be tired to talk that much. And as you can see, there is a difference in texture, and what interests me is that these little, how do you say that? Like lines, straight lines, make not a hidden again, but like a ghost of a wave. Yeah. It's not that apparent on swatch, but I think on the sweater it will be. And I want this sweater to follow, to have this motif all over, and to have these hidden waves all over. And yeah, I really love the difference in texture that those yarn made, which leads me to ask you something, because Brooklyn Tweed is now discontinued, and I only have this ball of yarn because I don't have many sweater quantities, as I don't think I have a lot of sweaters quantities at all in my stash. I mostly have single balls and skeins because I usually buy them to make tests, and then I I do test and I see. But this is discontinued yarn, and I don't know which yarn I could find to have this kind of color and heather aspect and everything. I used yarn sub, but I didn't find anything that I really liked. So if you have any idea of a yarn that I can find, this is wood smoke color. Um, yeah, it's kind of gray and with brown bits and like a warm gray of some sort, and not a very plain color. It's heathered because I tend to love heathered color, and this is no exception. So yeah, this is with 5 millimeter needles, and 5 millimeter needles is 8 US 8, I think. Yeah, and the Snefnock, I don't know if I do it with Snefnock because it's quite pricey again, and I might do it with another yarn. I don't know, but yeah, if you have any idea, I really would like to know them. Shoot, don't hesitate. Um, what can I say? Yeah, I think I'll talk about it more, the name of it and everything, when I have something more than swatches to show you, because I don't want to just talk about it a lot and then it doesn't work out, and then I don't have anything to show you. Yeah, it would be sad, and it would sadden me. But yeah, yeah, let's get back to it. And I also have made a bigger swatch with the yarn that I don't like together at all. These are yarns actually that my housemate bought, because it just a little note. He doesn't knit, or he didn't knit at all. And for, I think it was for my birthday or for Christmas, last Christmas, he learned to knit, to make me little things for my mugs or cups. And it's so lovely. Seriously, it's so cool. I loved this gift. And so he, he bought the yarns. He bought this is Quince & Co. Osprey to do that, because he bought it in the shop that I buy yarn usually, in the shop that I usually buy yarn, and he didn't want to buy acrylics and everything. He wanted to buy me yarn that I would like. He wanted to buy chunky yarn to be able to learn to knit easily. He, he still me some of my needle. I didn't see anything, and he did it in his room in secret. So really, yeah, it's so lovely. I was so happy, and I'm still ham. I still am not ham, like yeah. So I have those two thingy. But yeah, this was the only yarns that I had in my stash that were suitable to make the swatches, to try the raglan, to make them try on the raglan. So yeah, I can imagine it's like that, with the little wave that goes down and that grow out of the raglan increases. Like I've said, it's pretty simple looking, but I want to have a simple design, and I want to have a less simple design as my brassiere, because I don't have much energy, so I need to be able to switch in between more simple things and more complicated things. So yeah, as you can see, the colors aren't great together. I don't like them at all together for a garment, but it showed they are showing the motif pretty well, I think. But I really prefer that one. And I thought about making that with Biche Buche again, but because they have le gros lambswool, that would be a suitable yarn to replace the shelter, and they have le coton and alpaca, that would be a suitable yarn to replace this one. But yeah, I'm not sure, because this is very pricey, and yeah, basically I don't have the budget, I think, For those young, we'll see. But if you have any idea, please shoot. And yeah, I think it's all that I have to say for today. I talked a lot again. Sorry. I hope you like long podcast. And well, I hope that you have a great summer or winter, depending where you are. And I'll try to update you on the next thing. Um, well, have a good day, have a good night. I don't know. And I'll see you next time. Bye.